Hi there, it's Paul, and hope you're having a fabulous day. Today I'd like to talk about relationships and communication. Regardless of how many relationships you've had, I'm sure one of the biggest things that has come up is communication and how challenging it actually can be. A suggestion would be to actually create a space, and I'll give you some hints on that, but to create a space where you can actually have a communication. You can make it a bubble, you can make it a square, you can make it a house, or you could make it a, whatever comes to mind, that is grounded, that you either of the partners can actually get in there and actually clean out. Should communication between the two of you either come to a standstill or is so emotionally charged that you're unable to actually hear each other. When we can communicate with our partners or spouses or even business partners in a non-charged manner, we can actually, number one, be heard and actually get more of what it is that we're wanting in life. So a suggestion would be, if you haven't done this, ask your partner, what is the one major thing that they would want from you, and how would they want to receive it in a way that is going to resonate with them? And then what is behind that, so that you can actually have a little bit more understanding and then actually give it to them. If your partner is getting what they want in a relationship, getting what they need from you versus what you think that they need, it will dramatically change not just your intimate relationships or your partnership or relationships or your relationships with your children, but also in a business world also, because you're able to communicate authentically. What happens is, in a lot of cases, there's programming that we have imprinted, experienced, usually from the point of conception until 12 or 13, or even past that, because we're constantly being influenced. If you look at movies, the media, the news, you name it, there's always something that's trying to influence how we think, how we communicate, and what it is that we're going to create next. Bottom line is, in a lot of cases, that's not necessarily what is going to resonate with us and is our truth. So my invitation to you is to create that space, and you can create it. If you go back to the first little video with the grounding in it, I'll actually include grounding space, a communication space for your partnership or for your communication with your children or whatever, so that you can actually have a space that you can maintain. And then if things get emotionally charged, you can actually sit down, clear your space, each of you take a few minutes, and then actually look at where and why you were getting so charged, and then look at the emotion behind it so that you can get senior to it. And if you can do that, you are on the road to creating the life that will just boggle your mind, because you can actually get senior to the emotions that are driving you either on an unconscious or on a conscious level, that actually are creating dis-ease in your relationship or in your communication space. And our communication space is huge. How we've been taught to communicate, it could be from religious teachings, it could be just from schooling, but most of it comes from how we watched our parents or our parent interact with us or with other people when we were young. And in most cases, we don't necessarily have the tools, up until now, shall we say, to actually work that and actually get senior to it, own it, and then release it so that it no longer is a driving force in your life. And for many of us, that can be the equivalent of just throwing anchors overboard that actually used to be holding us in place, versus allowing us to move forward and enjoy or have the relationship with either our children, our spouse, or our business partners, or as we're creating in a business world, that which is in abundance versus that which is in lack, because there could be some imprinting, depending on how your parents what their interpretation of abundance or money was. If that gets into your communication space on an unconscious level, guess what you're going to be experiencing as you move forward in life? Being able to strip that off allows you the freedom to communicate more authentically, get what you want in a more authentic manner, and create a life that's more resonating with what it is that you're actually wanting to create. So make it a fabulous morning, evening, or afternoon, and until the next quick little video.